Hi there, and thank you for joining us for this webinar entitled Using ChatGPT and CRM from Your Inbox. My name is John Carini, and I will be running this webinar today. Thank you again for joining. So I will be just running this webinar. Some quick housekeeping. If you do have questions, put them in the comments section. You should see that like just underneath the video on YouTube. And I've already put some comments out there. And I have one question to start, and I'd really appreciate it if while I'm showing a few slides here, you guys answered this question, and that is, what email client do you use? So is it Gmail or is it Outlook? Let me know. Just put it right there in the comments section, and it'll help me later because I'll tailor what I'm doing to your needs if there's more Outlook or Gmail. So put your vote in. All right. So before we get started, I'll just show a few slides. And again, the comments section, please do put questions and comments in there. I will actually try to address them in real time. So if you have questions or comments, then please do put them in there. There's a lot of Outlook so far. There's Catherine with Outlook, Nathan, but there's Gmail too. So don't worry, I will cover Gmail. So thanks for replying to my questions. This one's great, Russell. Less annoying CRM. Thank you for making this fun, Russell. Okay, great. So few slides, and I'll get right to a live demo, and I'll try to be less annoying. How's that? So iEnterprises was actually established in the 1990s, which is eons for a software company, as I'm sure most of you are aware. And the company was actually founded on the premise that CRM, that was before the word CRM even existed, but CRM should be integrated with your Gmail and your calendar, or your email and your calendar, sorry. We built a product back in the 1990s that did that, and we've been doing that ever since. We have won all sorts of awards. We have a very large customer base, and our latest, we call them connectors for CRM and ChatGPT, are doing very, very well. We have a large customer base. I'm actually in Florida right now, but our main USA office is in the New York area. It's a little warm here. And then we have a presence in Europe and Asia as well. And anyway, this is the obligatory slide that says you should subscribe. So please do subscribe. And just the dad joke, I really want to tell my kids that I'm an influencer. So please subscribe down below and comment and all that. And someone just put in what CRM they use. Thank you. That's the next question. What CRM do you use currently? And if you don't use anything, let me know. So I put that question in there. Please answer it and subscribe. Anyway, I'd appreciate that. So this is iEnterprises, the product offerings we have. And I know this slide's really packed, but we have a lot of products. So what we're kind of focusing on here is a combination of these connectors for email and the ChatGPT connector, right? They're two different products, but inside of the connectors for CRM, we've embedded all of the ChatGPT stuff too. So mostly we'll be in these connectors for email and CRM. And we make them for Gmail and Outlook with many backend CRMs. So Salesforce, Dynamics, Zoho, and then we have this connector for our own CRM, which we call iCRM or iEnterprise CRM. And but inside iCRM, the connectors are actually included with the base price, so you don't have to pay extra for it. We also have this product called Social Insights. Again, that's also included in iCRM. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, this lets you go to any LinkedIn profile and save it as a lead in in your CRM, whichever CRM you're using. And speaking of that, let's see. We have a lot of Salesforce here. Enterprise, a connection with ChatGPT. Russell says less annoying CRM for real. Salesforce, Soho. Yes, so I need to incorporate that into our messaging. Like, the point of these connectors is to make CRM less annoying. I really feel that. Anyway, so the social insights lets you get leads, and then we have this ChatGPT connector that integrates email and ChatGPT. And I'll talk more about that. But again, all this ChatGPT stuff is in these connectors, right? So I'll be focusing on the connectors, but keep in mind, if you just want the ChatGPT stuff, you can install our ChatGPT or connector for ChatGPT and not have all the CRM stuff too. So anyway, we'll talk about that. Here's some of the awards we've won over the years. And here's some of our customers, obviously brand name customers, but really these products are used by customers both large and small. We have many larger ones which we showcase on these screens, but the vast majority of subscriptions, and we have around 1,000 customers, are smaller companies. So if you are a smaller company or a larger company, you're kind of in the right place. So, going back to maybe Russell and the less annoying CRM. So most CRMs fail for various different reasons. They're hard to use, they're time consuming, there's loads of data entry, there's dual entry of data, and then it requires all sorts of training. Maybe it requires like literally an army of consultants to get up and running. And we see that all the time. And what this all leads to is a lack of adoption. Sorry, needed a little water there. Lack of adoption means that big investment you made is not getting used. So why make that investment at all? So now I'm just going to throw in here the ChatGPT stuff. So here's some of the things we're doing with ChatGPT inside of these connectors. So you can, compose emails, you can reply to emails, translate messages to different languages. I'll show all this. And you can glean information about the company and contact you're emailing right on the screen, add leads, and so on. So I'll cover that. But combined with this AI, CRM in your inbox really solves all your problems, all the problems in the world. No, not really, but a lot of your CRM problems. It makes it so that as you're going through your daily life and using your normal workflow, you're able to use your CRM right from within your inbox. So it's simple, it saves time, there's no dual entry, it gives you intelligent insights that help you make decisions and deal with your customers better and sell better. And at the end of the day, you're using your CRM if it's in your inbox. And here's some data just to kind of prove this. I actually love this one study, this Inc. study here, the first one. This study concluded that people spend 30 hours a week checking email, not even writing email, just checking email. That's insane. So basically, in a normal 40-hour work week, that's 3/4 of the week is spent checking email, and then even more is spent writing email. I guess the presumption is people do work more than 40 hours a week. But and then these other studies are very interesting too. Only 18% of the time is spent in CRM, according to this Forbes study. And then a lot of other studies talk about lack of adoption and that ease of use is critical, like this Capterra study. And then this one was interesting too. It talked about how making database decisions makes the average company 19 times more profitable. So by bringing information into your email where you're actually using, that's what you're using when you're interacting with your customers, right? Then we're giving you you're allowing you to make database decisions. So at the end of the day, you've made a massive investment in CRM, and that means that if you don't have CRM inside your inbox, you're probably not using your CRM. So it's absolutely critical, in my opinion, to have the best possible integration inside your inbox, or basically you're wasting your CRM investment. So, the live demo will be better for this, but the whole idea is you can do everything from your email, so you can see information about the people you're interacting with. You can obviously save emails and put them in the account or contact history or opportunity history or whatever history. And then you can create leads and contacts, use email templates, use ChatGPT. There's also a background sync. So if you don't want to click to save emails, you can actually have it do it automatically in the background. We'll talk more about that too. And then in addition, you can do everything from your calendar. So it works almost exactly the same way in your calendar. And I will show that as well in the demo. But bottom line is, inside of your calendar, for example, before a meeting, you can see information about the customer and be better prepared for the meeting, let's say. So why are our connectors better? I think you'll see is that we've been doing this a long time, right? And we're really focused on making our connectors the best they could possibly be. And they're full featured, and especially with Gmail, if you're using Gmail, there were just a few, but all the other Gmail extensions or integrations use a Chrome extension. We don't use a Chrome extension. We use a native Gmail. It's called an add-on. And in Outlook, we use something called an add-in. So this is the latest and greatest technology. It works everywhere Gmail or Outlook works, right? And that means on mobile, in any browser. So you don't have to just use the Chrome browser to get the Chrome extension to work. You can use Safari or Edge or whatever you want to use. And again, most important thing though is everything works on mobile. So, and I'll show this in the demo, pretty much full fidelity on the mobile device. And we include some social media stuff, and really we're making it so you really don't have to leave email to use Salesforce, Zoho, or whatever CRM you're using, Dynamics. And one thing about us too is we have like what I would call no nonsense pricing. We don't have all these different tiered pricing structures for both this connector and for our own CRM. We just have one price that includes everything. We don't sell you a car without tires. That's like the classic thing that a lot of these vendors do. They sell you something and then they say, oh, you need tires with that car? Well, that's 10x, literally 10x. Some of these vendors will up the price on you after the fact because they got you in at this low price, and then they raise it like immediately just because you need one simple little feature that wasn't included in their base version, right? We don't do that. We give you everything at the one price. There are no other features. If you're actually purchasing a subscription from us, you're getting everything all in one price, and it compares very favorably to like what I would call the most expensive version. In fact, I would argue that our connectors are way better than the most expensive version, and from a feature set standpoint of our competitors' products. So just a little bit more about the Chrome extension issue, and this is mostly for the Gmail people. like Chrome extensions, I don't know if you guys have experience with this, but they're not reliable. They like interfere with each other. They try to take the same space on the screen, and that's not true with add-ons in Gmail. They always work. They work with other add-ons, and also Chrome extensions are tough to deploy, and that's because they actually have a footprint on your PC. It actually installs locally, whereas ours is a cloud deployment. So in the case of Google, it actually deploys in the cloud inside the Google servers, and not locally on your own PC. Same thing with Outlook. Our product with the Outlook add-in installs inside the Outlook servers. And these Chrome extensions are a huge security risk. They literally can see everything you're doing in your browser if you're giving them access to it, which they need to see your email, right? But they literally can see everything you're doing, and that includes like if you're at your banking site. I mean, I know that's crazy, but yeah, if you're on your banking site, these Chrome extensions can actually see what you're doing there. And of course, they're not available on mobile, and they're only available in Chrome. So a lot of you are using Salesforce, and this slide deals with Salesforce. And there's a lot of, these are all the reasons why we're better than this Einstein Activity Sync and the Chrome extensions from Salesforce. And I won't read all of these, but it's just difficult to deploy Einstein Activity Sync. It doesn't work on mobile devices with the Chrome extension. And then it's really strange. They actually sync with Einstein Activity Sync. They actually sync the emails to Amazon AWS, and it's unencrypted. So, I don't understand that. We sync directly to Salesforce, to the Salesforce email object. And what that means, because they sync to this external source, it doesn't show up on all your reports properly. Anyway, also the email sync saves for only 6 months, and then it's deleted. Ours stay as long as you want until you want to delete it. And then you can pay extra, but then they still only keep them 24 months, which is crazy. And it's a lot of extra money. And as I mentioned, they don't show on most reports. Ours do, because they're in the standard email object. You can't delete, emails. If you authorize the users to, you can delete them with us. It doesn't support recurring calendar items. We do a calendar sync that does support that. It takes up to 24 hours to sync. Ours syncs every 10 minutes. And believe it or not, like they're charging something like $50 per user per month after X number of users, just for the email integration on top of what you're already paying for Salesforce for this Einstein Activity Sync. And, I'll have a slide that talks about our cost, but if you pay annually, ours is $19.95 per user per month, paid annually for everything. We don't try to upsell you, and I'll show you. And also, we have month-to-month contracts. Salesforce or everybody wants to lock you in. We don't believe in that. We give you the real price. We let you pay monthly, and you can cancel at any time. Online, you don't have to call a number, wait on hold, and we don't fight you on that. And then just a little bit about our CRM. So we do have our own product that competes with Salesforce as well. It includes this connector that I'm about to show. It also includes Social Insights. It's all at one price. If you buy a subscription from us, we'll help you import your data or move your data from your old CRM at no additional cost. We'll help you configure it. And the price for this product is only, if you pay monthly, it's only basically $30 per user per month for the unlimited version, including our connector and everything. So let's get into the live demo. Just give me 1 sec here to share the appropriate screen. And while we were waiting, there's a lot of Salesforce people, bunch of Zoho people. Great. So thanks for and maybe I'll ask one more question. Is what is it you want to see in the live demo? What feature do you want to see? ChatGPT, you just want to see me saving emails, calendar integration, what's your most important feature? And maybe you can even include, kind of what is it about what's missing from what you're using today in terms of your email integration. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now, and as you can see, I'm actually in Outlook, and in this case, I'm in Outlook on my Mac, right? So this is the Mac client for Outlook, but it works, of course, in Windows as well, and then also on the web version of Outlook. So the add-ins show up here, and you can see, this is the Salesforce connector. Here's the one for our own ICRM. Here's Zoho. And then if I click on the three dots, you'll see more of them here. When you are looking to actually get started, you would do get add-ins here, right? So this is how you install the connector in Outlook. And then you can type in Salesforce and pick our Salesforce connector, right? And mine's already installed, but you would have an install here. So it's listed in here as the Salesforce connector. And then once installed, you get this icon up at the top here, right? Sometimes it's under the three dots, right? If you have a lot of them like I do. And what happens now is if I open an email message, so let me open this one, right? And then I click on this Salesforce connector icon. It shows information about the person who sent this message to me in the sidebar here. One thing I'll mention in Outlook, super important. You see this pin up at the top here? You should pin our connector once it's installed. And what that does is it means you don't have to click every time, to show Salesforce here or show Zoho, right? It'll just open automatically. Every time you open a message, this will show, right? So I'm still in Outlook. I will switch to Gmail. Everybody's saying ChatGPT, huh? Okay, a lot of ChatGPT. That's great. And ChatGPT and calendar sync. We'll talk about that. Okay, great. I'll cover all this. Should be no problem. But I will focus a lot more than maybe I planned on ChatGPT, I promise. Okay, I did a lot of promising there. I better try to keep my promises. So anyway, it found this person Sorry about that. I think something went wrong and my internet went down, but I'm going to pick right up where I left off. So hang on just 1 second. I'll share my screen. I actually had to use a wire. So I was thinking on the fly here. So we're back in Outlook here. And you can see that James, I opened an email from James Person. He's in fact found in Salesforce in this case. And to log the email, I can just click here to log the email, right? And you can see here the email was added on the fly to Salesforce, or I could link the email to anything. It could be, in this case, it logged against the contact, but I can link it to an opportunity, to any object, including custom objects in Salesforce. So for example, if I link to this, it's showing by default. It's showing by default here. Somebody says there's an echo. Let me see what I got going on here. Let me look at the audio real quick. Yeah, I don't have audio on my PC. Let me, settings, audio, Pro speakers. Can you hear me now? Okay, I went to AirPods. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, so anyway, so I can link this to, thank you for the help, by the way, on the echo. You can link this to this opportunity. Audio's good now, good. Okay, so now I linked the email to an opportunity, and then if I want, I can mark the thread, and marking the thread means that all future correspondence in this thread will get logged automatically the same way. So in this case, it will get logged to the opportunity. Let's get into some of the ChatGPT stuff. So I could say, oh, I want to reply to this message using ChatGPT. I just click reply and ask for, maybe I'll say, in this case, I want information about your product. And I actually get emails like this all the time. And I don't know what product, Okay. So I click reply, and this is using ChatGPT, and it's pretty cool. Thank you for your interest. Could you please specify which product you're interested in, so I can provide you the most accurate information? How cool is that? I can click send, and that's it. I can obviously edit this, but I feel like this message is almost perfect, so I can just send it, right? And I've done a reply. Then other things you can do, like if you want to compose a new message to someone, you can click compose using ChatGPT, same type of thing, except it's a new message. Here it says write a message about, I'll put enterprises. That's our company, right? Compose email, and you'll see it launches an email message. Again, it's calling out to ChatGPT-4 right now, asking ChatGPT about this. And by the way, you don't have to set up anything inside of ChatGPT. You don't have to include your ChatGPT credentials or anything. This just comes with, it just kind of comes with the connector. We're actually paying for ChatGPT access. And it's taken a second. Sometimes ChatGPT, I'm sure you guys know, is a little slow. Okay, so anyway, while we're waiting here, I'm going to jump out to Gmail real quick. Let's do that. Okay, so I'll go to my Gmail inbox, and actually, I'm going to open up the Dynamics connector this time. Right? So we were looking at Salesforce before, now we're looking at Dynamics, but it works exactly the same way. The connectors work the same. Yeah, you said someone's asking which version of ChatGPT. So we're using 4 right now. We were using 3.5 most recently. We actually switched to 4 once we saw it was performing well, and we'll always keep up with the latest versions. So anyway, Gmail looks a little bit different. When you first go into Gmail to get it, you have to do this get add-ons thing here. And then you could search for Salesforce or Zoho or whatever. But if I put in iEnterprises here, that's our company name. You'll say, here's all our connectors. You can see they have like hundreds of thousands of installs, great reviews, and so on. So anyway, you click on it. So if I go to like Salesforce, you'll have an install button. And by the way, if you're the workspace admin, you can install for everyone from here. But obviously, I already have mine installed. And when I'm sitting in the inbox in Gmail, it has all of it shows me information like what has to be done today. I just enabled the ChatGPT features and recently viewed contacts and things like that. But then when I open a message, it's pretty similar. So I've opened a message in Gmail this time, and you can see, it looks pretty much the same. I can open this contact. It found James Person in Dynamics in this case, and I can log the email, link it to anything like an opportunity or a custom object. I can mark the thread and so on. And then, of course, all the ChatGPT features are here as well. Like for example, maybe I want to reply to this. I can do that, respond to this message and ask for more details, right? And it will reply to the message. Yeah, it really looks good, right? And obviously I can edit this and then send it if I like. Here's some more. So like, let me go here. I'm going to go to, here's something that came from me, right? And then, actually, I'm going to switch to Salesforce. Now it's Salesforce and Gmail, right? I guess I'm not in there. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, go back to this message again, which Salesforce and Gmail. I'll enable the ChatGPT features, right? And then I'll say, tell me about Grand Hotels. So it'll actually go out to ChatGPT, look for the company that James, and he didn't find this hotel. This is a fake company, but it's really good. It'll give you good information. This social media links is really cool too. So if you enable this social insights area, it'll just stay on your screen. And the social media links like LinkedIn and all that will show for the person who sent the message. And then this view related items area. So this is showing everything. In this case, we're back to Salesforce. All the related items to James Person in Salesforce, right? You can see that, including cases, relationships, opportunities, everything. So for example, I can just click on this case and see the case details right here in the screen. I can even edit it right here in Gmail if I click edit, right? I can edit the case, all custom fields and custom everything just kind of works. And then another use case is, somebody emails me and maybe there's a new opportunity. I can just click this plus sign and add an opportunity into Salesforce, and fill out all the fields and save it in Salesforce right here, right? Another thing you can do that's really nice is you can, I went back up to the top here. You can open the contact right here. And I'll show some more ChatGPT stuff in a second. And you can then open the contact in Salesforce, and it'll actually take you to this person in Salesforce. So sometimes that sidebar just maybe isn't enough for you. You can actually open it in whatever CRM you're using right from the connector sidebar, just like that. So let me see. what's going on with my mobile phone. I wanted to show some mobile stuff, but yeah, this is fine. Let me show you. I'll show you some ChatGPT stuff on mobile. So, oops. So if I go into my email, so here I am. I'm in that same inbox on I use an iPhone, right? Okay, and I got this message, and it's in French, right? And because I'm American, I only speak one language. I know I don't want to discriminate against Americans, but that's just me. And down at the bottom here, you know, at the bottom of the message, so I'll bring this down again just so you can see. You'll see that all the connectors are here. So here's the one for Salesforce, right? So it's pretty much full fidelity. So you can see it works exactly the same stuff that was in the sidebar is now at the bottom of the message. So I like a couple of things I like here. One is replying with a template. So if you can either use ChatGPT, you can type a reply, or you can reply with templates from Salesforce or Zoho or whatever CRM you're using. That's really useful. But the ChatGPT stuff is killer on mobile because you know you're on a mobile device. It's hard to type, but you can say, okay, like reply to this message and ask for more details. So I click reply using ChatGPT, and it'll do that. And it's so cool. It actually like replied in French, right? Because the message was in French. Anyway, I don't know what it says though. But speaking of not knowing what it says, there's a translate option, right? So I can translate using ChatGPT. And in my experience, the translation in ChatGPT is really cool because it's much better than any of these like machine browser-based translations. It just works so much better. So that's some of the features. So pretty much everything's available on mobile. And I'm going to go back to the desktop. Just keep in mind, everything I'm doing, either in Gmail or Outlook, is totally there on mobile too. So I'll stop sharing my mobile screen. Okay, we're back. This is Gmail. Let me go back to Outlook real quick. And yeah. So I'm back in Outlook. And another use case is when you get a message, and this involves ChatGPT too. You get a message from, I got a message from Bill Gates, right? Okay, and you can see Bill is not found in Salesforce. And if they're not found in Salesforce, you can see the social media links are here for him. So if I click on that, it'll take me right to his LinkedIn profile. But I can add Bill as a contact or a lead. And it actually uses some ChatGPT features and social media features to figure out like the person's name and so on. And you can just add them to your CRM that way. Okay, so someone had asked about the calendar stuff. Let me, I'm going to switch really quickly. It works the same in Gmail and Outlook. But one thing is, let me go into automatic sync first. So with calendar, a lot of times people want the automatic sync turned on. So I'm going to click on this automatic sync option, and it kind of takes me to this other screen where I can set up I can have email sync, calendar sync, and contact sync, which I didn't even mention contacts yet. So with the contact sync, however, we kind of recommend a one-way sync if you want it at all, which is from CRM to either Outlook or Google, not the reverse. Otherwise, you get some junk in here. So in the sync settings here, I can set it up to just automatically sync emails to CRMs. To the CRM, I can sync all. I have it set up to sync the marked threads only right? If you have it set up to sync all related, for example, it'll just look for the email address of the sender and it'll save it in whatever CRM you're using against the sender's record, whether it be a lead or a contact, doesn't matter. Or you can use sync marked threads only, which is actually what I like. So if I don't want all my messages in the CRM, I just want the ones that I deem important, and then the whole thread. Sorry, I don't have that. I wasn't showing you this on the screen. Here's the sync settings, right, for mail. And here's where you can set up and, sync all or sync marked threads. And then for the calendar, someone was asking about the calendar. I really do like the calendar sync. You can sync two-way and have your Google stuff or Outlook stuff show automatically inside of your CRM, or you can have a one-way thing. And then again, contacts, you can do a one-way sync to sync it down, or you could do a two-way sync, but I don't recommend that with contacts. So let me go into the calendar real quick. Hang on. So I'm going to do Google, but it's the same in Outlook. I'll go to the Google Calendar, and here's my calendar. I really wish my calendar looked like this, right? And you can see there's a meeting here, and it's with James Person, who is, that we've been emailing him back and forth. And if I open up one of the connectors, and then I open the meeting, first of all, if you open the connector, the main screen is similar. And then if I open the meeting, you'll see it works exactly the same way in Calendar as email. So I won't go through all this, but basically, it finds the invitee in Salesforce, and if you can either have automatic sync running, or you can just log the event manually like this. If I click add, it has now added that event to my CRM. And then you can click link and link it to any object too. So if you want to link it to an opportunity or whatever, you can do that as well. All the same stuff is shown here, the related items. Maybe you had, during this meeting, maybe there was an issue. You can actually create a case right from here. And it's really handy for email too. If somebody emails you a problem, you can create a case right from here as well. Don't know if I covered anything else anyone really wants. So someone's saying if we had Salesforce. So someone's asking, yeah, so, you do have to pay for this product, and because we're not, unless you have iCRM, which is our own CRM, you need to pay for the connector, and I'll cover pricing in 1 second. And then also with the mobile, works almost exactly the same in Outlook on the mobile app. Thanks for asking that question. And then someone's asking, CRM on ChatGPT. Yeah, this is a single connector that we're including all the ChatGPT features in our CRM connectors, right? There is a ChatGPT connector that's standalone too, but if you buy the one for CRM, you get all the ChatGPT stuff, and it's all, we include everything from the ChatGPT connector in the CRM. So thanks for those questions. Let me come out of here. We're almost done. I'm going to go back to anything anyone else wants to see. I did the translation. And, this ChatGPT stuff is super powerful. Let me go back to Outlook real quick. A lot of people have Zoho. Let me see if I didn't remember. Yeah, so here it is with the Zoho backend, right? And if I open this message, it works. Let me go back. Let me go to Zoho. Remember, I forgot to pin it. I told everyone it was important to pin, but I forgot myself. So if I pin Zoho now, you'll see it works exactly the same way. I can log the email, link it to other objects, right? Like deals or accounts, contacts, even custom objects. And my understanding with Zoho is they really don't have an Outlook or Gmail interface at all. Maybe you guys can tell me if that's true. and they do have some email integration, but they want you to use the Zoho email client. So, and here's some more ChatGPT stuff. Tell me about this company, right? And it's going out to ChatGPT 4 in this case, asking about MGM Grand, I think. Yeah, here it is. It's really cool. So you can get like a lot of information, on your customers without ever leaving the email message from them. And by the way, something we're adding, like literally in the next few days, is when you ask this question, it's going to propose follow-up questions. Like in this case, would say something maybe like, oh, how large is MGM Grand compared to other casinos or other hotels? Things like that. So it will suggest other questions to ask, and it's quite intelligent. It's really cool. And that's obviously ChatGPT questions. So anyway, I think I'm kind of done. Anybody else? I don't need anything. This is with Zoho. Basically, you can do everything from the connector in Zoho. I should show. Here's iCRM, right? I'll pin this, right? And it looks exactly the same way with iCRM, except this is included with iCRM, right? And then I can open this contact. And if I want, I can open it. Remember, I can edit it right here, or maybe I want to open it in the full screen. And here's iCRM. It looks very similar to other CRMs I'm sure you've used. You can, has full fidelity with accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities. We're really good at recurring revenue too. We track subscriptions very well. If you have contracts or subscriptions, that's included. And again, it's all at one price, and it includes the Outlook and the Gmail connector. So let me go back to my presentation here. Okay. Cool. And let me get to the end here. Any other questions? Yeah, somebody's asking about how, so yeah. So sometimes ChatGPT is slow, and we can't control that, but I will say this, it's been getting better and better. So, we can't control the speed at which ChatGPT replies to our API requests. One thing I will say is we started using ChatGPT 4, and it's like a special version just for vendors like us. This literally happened like yesterday, so you should try it again because it's a lot faster now. But we are reliant on the OpenAI people to make that product perform, right? We can't force it to perform better than it does. So I finished the live demo. Remember, you can download this from the Google Marketplace. Someone's saying, can you use it with Apple Mail? It doesn't integrate with Apple Mail because Apple doesn't allow us to they don't have any capabilities whatsoever to modify Apple Mail. It can sync, however, if you want to just use the background sync, it will sync email and calendar directly to Apple. But that's background only. Hopefully someday Apple will change their mind and let us do this for Apple Mail. We'd love to do it. So again, remember Google Marketplace. For Outlook, you do it, get add-ins to get the Outlook one. Here's the pricing. So the connector for Gmail and Outlook is $24.95 per user per month, paid monthly. Cancel at any time, cancel online at any time. It's $19.95 per user if you pay annually. And if you sign up, we'll eventually send you some sort of discount code. So those discount codes are really good. Or you can email me and we'll send you one. We'll show you how to buy with the discount code. And of course, if you do have, let's say more than 25, 50 users, there's volume discounts. again, this includes everything. We don't have this concept of like the base version and then the ultimate version. And you start out at the base version at a reasonable price, and then the next day you have to upgrade to the ultimate version that costs 10 times more. We do not do that. The price is the price, and it includes everything we got. And then ICRM, which I talked about a little bit, is really only $5 more. It's or $10 more, really. $30 per user per month paid annually, or $34.95 paid monthly. It includes the connector and all the ChatGPT stuff. It also includes that social insights product, which I didn't show, that lets you create leads from any social media link. So here's my email address. Remember to subscribe. Again, I want to tell my kids I'm an influencer. Please subscribe. And you can email me at sales@ienterprises.com, or give me a call at this phone number with a lot of zeros in it. It's a very important phone number. My name's John Carini. Again, I really appreciate you attending today and putting up with the echo and some other things, but we'd love to hear from you. Please install and try these products, and thank you for participating in this webinar today. We'll do another one in a month or two, and we hope you can join us. Have a fantastic day. Thank you.